the car, so we're gonna be having good video.
That was the problem.
Yeah.
Start talking.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Shut up.
Okay, guys. So this is our first video, guys. How you guys feeling?
Excited?
You guys feel
Happy?
okay?
I feel fantastic. I got the bubble guts. You still need to go back.
First thing is first thing, guys. So we need to introduce ourselves to you guys. So let's start from
Me. I'm Albert, Cool 51, and I've been doing customs for 20 plus years, and that's it. You're it.
My name is Morgan. I like cars and tacos.
My name is Bruce. I'm Rusty Panda's Garage. I've been doing customs about 6 years, I think. It's been about 6 years.
I'm so sorry.
7 years, something like that. I still call myself a preschool customizer because I'm still learning a lot.
Hi guys, this is Brandon Alonso. I'm just also not even a pro guy like him. I'm still learning, and yeah, customize cars is good. It's my hobby. You know, let's talk about cars, customs, diecast, whatever you guys call
Well, in
it.
the meantime, I'm gonna customize this car. I'm gonna do it rusted, so that's what I would be doing.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm gonna try to figure out how the hell to make these damn wheels roll because they're a pain in the ass.
And Morgan is thinking what to eat.
Hey, what's your favorite brand on cars? Diecast, Hot Wheels.
I used to.
Mini
I'm a big fan of Hot Wheels. I've been collecting Hot Wheels for many years. But Mini GTs and Eno 64s are really nice ones.
What
I
about
really
yours?
don't care. As long as you have an A86, I'm down. I'll buy all of them. So
As for me,
Doesn't matter what brand.
doesn't matter what brand.
Really?
I'm
wow.
not.
well, like
I'm not brand loyal right now.
I mean, for me, like probably say honestly, my favorite brand's probably Greenlight, just because they make more castings more to my taste and more like subtle everyday cars you would see on the road that you can most likely buy and customize. I mean, not many people are going to make a 73 Ford Torino 4-door.
Yeah. That's totally
Auto
true.
World's also another brand I do like because they're a little more detailed in my book, but they feel like the releases are a little more limited because they only like do like really one set. It'll be like A/B color.
I saw the Porsche Bruce just finished it last week. He did the wheel swap in this one. It's badass, it's clean. And that's the thing I was talking to you guys earlier, you know, like if you do wheel swap in any car, it's just gonna change the picture of the car, you know, like no matter what.
you should.
I'd like to make a caveat to that. Wheel swaps are not customs. They're just wheel swaps. That's it.
Yeah.
Period. That's it.
Period.
I don't want to hear it. Oh, I customized. You didn't customize anything. All you did was take wheels off, you put wheels on. That is not a custom. Fight me.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree with
We
that.
would like to see
it. A custom, that's when you do everything like paint, when you do any
It's more than
changes,
just a
yeah.
simple wheel swap.
I think he
Now,
does some
what about-
customs, right? Yeah, like
No, for
This
question
is
for
like a
that,
real
what about wheel
custom,
swaps
see?
to do like a camber kit, like where it's bent in, like you've been doing? Still same
Still a
thing.
wheel swap. I don't care.
yeah.
I don't care if you put 10 minutes into it or 6 hours into it.
Still
it's a
wheel
wheel
swap?
swap.
This is a wheel swap.
Yeah.
You just change the wheels.
No matter how much stuff you did to it, or I
To
did
make it
to
fit
it,
to roll.
paint the interior, whatever, is still a wheel swap. This is a wheel swap.
Yeah.
No, that one's actually got painted interior.
This is a wheel swap.
Yeah.
That's a wheel swap. This is a custom. That is a custom.
That's a
That's
custom.
a
That's a
custom.
custom.
Yeah.
This is a wheel swap.
There's a
And-
big difference.
And for
yeah.
us, if your customs don't roll, your customs ain't shit.
That's true. I totally agree with that. You know, because that's
They
the
have
whole
to roll.
that's the whole thing. When you do wheel swap, it has to be a decent job. You know, like it needs to be perfectly. And if it doesn't roll, I mean, what's the point to do wheel swap?
And from what Cool 51
So-
said, there's contests that's like judges. That's like the first thing they'll check if it rolls. If it
There will
doesn't
be
roll,
there will be a lot of
you're out. They don't care.
contests where they do this and it don't roll, they move on to the next one.
And that's the first thing they'll do.
Yep.
If it don't roll, they don't care.
I mean, there's other guys out there that do those contests where, you know, don't roll, don't care. That's cool. That's cool. If that's your thing, that's your thing, right? But for me, the challenge is to get it so low it still rolls and it still moves. Because that's cool and all that it can be slammed and you can have it, you know, basically having it so slammed that you can barely fit a piece of paper under it. But if you can't roll it, like, what was all that work for? You know?
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, for me, it's either or for rolling or not, just because, like, my future plays for customs like that is usually for diorama purposes, so it's going to usually stay in one spot. But I can respect both positions.
Well, for me, is, you know, as a kid, you're playing with these cars, they roll.
Yeah.
You know, like there's only one thing I know where it doesn't roll, and that's that auto kill or whatever you call that the one that's like the Mad Max. They have that other type of customs that they make.
I like the kind of like
Yeah, Gaslands. So those Gasland ones, most of them don't roll because that's the game. They don't want them to roll. When you're rolling the dice and you're doing all this, you don't want that stuff to roll.
Because that just bounces off and you can lose track of your game.
Yep.
That makes sense.
So, yeah.
There's a lot of things, and now it's a lot of brands too in the
There's
market.
tons of brands,
you know?
which is awesome.
Yeah, like you like
Feels like it's not
40
enough.
brands, probably more brands, right? It's like Cairo houses, mini GTs, Hot Wheels.
But at the same time, it feels like it's not enough
N2s
because
also, N2s,
Yeah.
Johnny Lighting,
Auto World,
Auto
Green
World.
Light.
and all the Japanese
Era.
brands, you know. So
But at the same time, it feels like it's not enough because it feels like there's a lot more out there. You just can't really get a hold of them, too.
I guess
That's another issue.
yeah.
That's a whole nother issue.
There's so many brands that we don't get to see because we don't have a European connect or they don't release it. Same as the Europeans, they don't see a lot of the American stuff because they can't get it. There's just so many different things out there. There's a lot of underrated diecasts too. Like a lot of them, the Maestos.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you know, say those things are cheap and garbage, but
If you really look back at their older stuff, it was actually really detailed.
yeah, they
too.
made some really good stuff.
Yes.
It just
I have a
depends
lot.
what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the old Maestos.
Yep.
I mean, they made cars too that anyone else would make. They made
Yep.
a Lincoln Mark 7, which that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
A 95 Honda Accord.
I think Muscle Machines also was one of the most important brands at that point, right in the 90s, 2000s.
Muscle Machines
Oh,
and Jadas.
was-
Yeah,
Jadas.
those guys were on top for a long time. Just because, I mean, you got to remember back then, you know, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, everything was still American muscle. So it wasn't really an import scene that people talk about. Like, import scene was really in its infancy. It wasn't as big as it is today.
It was your daily driver, basically. It was your car you go to work in, then you get your muscle car if you had your project. And, pardon me, take that one out.
Because I mean, when the JDM scene started popping up, and you know, everybody, whether you like the franchise or not, Fast and the Furious was the reason why.
It really was.
Yeah.
So, as soon as Fast and the Furious came out, all of a sudden JDM was like a whole new,
Monster.
yeah, because you could tap into a whole new market.
Because
Yeah.
and plus it's relatable because people do customize those back in the
Yeah.
day. It might not seem as popular, but it opened up eyes to a bunch of people new to the car world, even into the car world.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there was an import scene. I mean, there's a lot of guys where they couldn't afford, you know, the Camaros and the Chevelles and the Novas and all that other stuff. Because that's, you know, that's big money adult. That was adult money, and most of us were kids
Running.
back then in high school. What can we afford?
Yeah.
Econobox, Civic, Tercel, Corolla. You know, the Dodge Colt, which is basically a Daihatsu,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Or Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi.
That's right.
Yeah, right after high school. 'Cause Hot Wheels or diecast, it wasn't that big and there was not that many out.
Nope.
And it was not
There
really
was
much heard of.
Jadas, Maestos, maybe Johnny Line, I don't remember. I was customized and I was started painting, but it was models, not diecast. 98, 97, that's when I started getting into Hot Wheels or diecast because I was Jadas. I wasn't painting the Hot Wheels because I didn't know how to open it. I never thought about getting a drill and pull them out.
No, and it's not like it's something you can really look up. It was
Yeah,
very
there was
limited
no
for
social
customs.
media. There was
No, yeah.
nothing.
I mean, there was maybe
available.
message boards, but you had to look for if they were
Yeah,
out there
you
at
didn't
that
have
time.
internet.
Yeah.
If you have access to internet.
Yes, another thing.
If the library will let you use the internet.